Hi all, Golden Era Bookworm here, continuing Your Physique 1946 September. Interesting in this article is the Physique Rater. This time George Weaver looks at Joe Weider's measurements. I don't think these have ever been reported. And there's a picture of Joe Weider here looking pretty buff. There's an actual Your Physique cover of Joe Weider like this coming up later on in a video. Using David Willoughby's How to Take Your Measurements by David Willoughby, which is a booklet that allows you to correctly, gives you directions as to how to read your measurements using a tape measure. We find out Joe Weider's actual measurements. His ideal measurements are given and the optimal zone. Let's see how he compares. His neck is actually 16 inches. Ideal would be 16.6. His weight is 177 and ideal would be 185 pounds. His biceps are around the 15-inch mark and ideally they should be 15.5 to 16 inches. His forearms are about 12 inches and they should be 14 to 15 inches. Oh no, they should be 13 inches. My apologies. His chest is 44.5 inches and ideally it actually should be less, so he's overachieved on his chest. Ideal was 43, but these are classic proportions. His waist is basically ideal with 33-inch waist, actual and ideal 32.5. His hips are ideal at 39 inches. His thighs are ideal as well at 23.5 inches, as are his calves, 15 to 16 inches. So he basically has built a rather aesthetic classic physique using his own methods, using progressive weight training. These measurements were actually the way physiques were judged back then. It wasn't about necessarily the size of the muscle, but how each measurement was in relation to the other. And here you have measurements, for example, of symmetry. And these measurements and ways of analysis, it would be wonderful if they were used nowadays. For example, his symmetry is 90% perfect. His relative muscular development is 93%. And his approach to ideal proportions is 90.6%. And general analysis, waist and hips are in excellent proportion, chest and hips are in good proportion, calves are slightly too small for his thighs, biceps and thighs are in excellent proportions, forearms are too small for calves, neck is too small for chest, forearm is too small for biceps. So you can really see how Joe Weider is actually even criticized, which is really important because one who wishes to obtain a perfect physique must receive critique. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed Joe Weider's actual measurements in his prime. Yeah, what do you think? Do you like that information? If you do, I can give you other physique ratings of other classical bodybuilders. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again. Bye.